Welcome, wonderful people, to Shiro's Reflections. Today I'm really tickled about this story about Kabuda. And actually I like his choice of name, Kabuda. But when I used to know the name Buddha, because it was there when we were growing up, it was a Sheng word, and we used to call everybody Buddha. It was actually a word that we used, and we used to associate it with respect. But some of the things that Kabuda is doing, well, I will not judge him. I will let you judge him. But what struck me is this information that released on social media recently, where he said that he's actually spending 7,000 shillings on food. Now pick a calculator. 7,000, a month has 30 days. The month of September has 30 days. So that is 210,000. And if we go to the month of October, which has 31 days, then he is going to spend 217,000. Now I'm trying to imagine, there's a study that was done by some bank in this country that was actually trying to have, or they're trying to open or to sell a product where they would actually target the premier customers. And they wanted to know how many Kenyans, or how Kenyans really vary across the divide. Because of course we know there are those people who have billions, and there are those who have the haves and the have-nots. Some have billions, some don't have billions. But the bank really wanted to know, if we sell this product, how many people are we going to be able to reach? What is our target, the pool of customers that we are actually trying to reach? How many are they? And they realized that time, I think it was about 5 or so years ago, and they realized that the number of Kenyans who have more than 100,000 shillings in their bank account are fewer than 100,000. So at that time, they realized that the Kenyans who have more than 100,000 in their bank are actually less than 100,000. So I'm just wondering, Kabuda, if you're trying to reach out and to give us content, and remember that those people who have more than 100,000 in this country are just 100,000, and then you tell us that you're spending 210,000 shillings on food, to me it doesn't make sense. I think it doesn't make sense to me. I don't know how many Kenyans can be able to relate to that content, and I don't know how many people would be able to afford not even just food, even just a monthly budget of 210,000. Oh, by the way, that bank story, eventually they went to the people who actually spent 9,000 shillings per day. So their target market comprised those people who spent 270,000 shillings per month. But these 270,000 shillings per month included their rent, included their food, included their clothing, including the money that they were actually paying on school fees, if you would prorate that across the different months. But anyway, let's leave money aside. Let's now come to other things. You know, this Kabuda story is reminding me about this trend. I think it began in China, where people will just sit and stuff themselves, you know? Gluttony. And that is an English word, by the way, it's not mine. Gluttony, you know, eating a lot of food and very fast stuffing their mouths and etc. I think it's called mukbang, and it started someplace in China. And the way we like to copy, I think maybe it's a good thing that you're no longer only copying things from the West. We've now started copying things from the East. You know, because it always used to make me wonder how when people go to the States for studies and they come back, they're drinking water, but the ones who go to India and they come back, you know, they just speak the way we speak. But that's a story for another day. So it's a good thing that you're also starting to look from the East and you're starting to copy them. But maybe we are copying the wrong things. This idea of just sitting down and stuffing. I don't know. What is the joy in that? What is the thrill in that? What are we doing? What is it? Even an animal only eats until it is full. And if you don't believe me, talk to the farmers of Nyandarua. When there's a milk glut, even their own dogs refuse to drink milk because, you know, the milk is a lot. So we only eat only that which is actually enough. And I think we are lying to each other here. You cannot tell me that you are able to be eating meat, because that's what I'm seeing a lot in this social media, that somebody is sitting somewhere eating meat and they're putting on weight. Usually meat doesn't make you fat. Grains are the ones that make you fat. And if you don't believe me, talk to the people who keep animals. If you want your cow or your goat to put on weight, you feed it grains, not meat. And remember, a cow, a buffalo, all those huge animals, they eat grass and they eat grains. Those that eat meat are not that fat. So also, let us also be honest. Are you eating grains or are you eating meat for you to be able to get to that particular size? There's nothing wrong with the size that God gave you. Please do not get me wrong. Some of us will be smaller, some of us will be bigger. That's why some of us are taller, some of us are shorter, some of us have a different shade of skin color, some of us have different types of hair texture. We are all different. But the problem is, when you try to make your body carry more than what it is designed for. There are some people whose bodies are designed to carry that big frame, because if you are going to be 6'7" or 6'4", I mean, that's a really big frame. And of course, you're expecting you to carry a little bit more weight than somebody like me who's probably 5'2" or 5 foot, whatever that is. So let's keep it into perspective. The challenge that I'm seeing with all these fads, you may be able to spend 7,000 shillings today to eat, that is, if you can finish, which I am actually doubtful how much you need to eat. Well, actually, let me rephrase that. If you're eating in Kempinski, that's different, But I'm just talking about the normal Kenyan. It's difficult to finish 7,000 as a normal Kenyan if you're cooking in your own house. It's difficult. But let's even assume that you're able to eat like that. Stuff your body, overload your system. Are you having enough money for that which is going to come after? We all know, and rather our doctors tell us, to try and keep our weight within a particular range in order to avoid the diseases that are so-called lifestyle diseases. So you may have the money now, but I want you to fast forward that track. You can eat like that now because probably you're in your 20s and in your 30s. The impact does not show now. But move forward. See yourself as an 80-year-old. And this is the lifestyle that you had. This is the kind of food that you are eating. This is how you are stuffing yourself. And because you want to put on the weight for mukbal, then of course you're eating like that and doing nothing. Fast forward, move that tape forward and ask yourself, will you have that money that you're going to need to be able to take care of the health issues that you're planting seeds for now? You're planting seeds for lifestyle diseases. Are you going to have the financial muscle to be able to deal with those diseases when you turn to be 70, 80, when you no longer have your energy, so you're not able to work in order to earn this 7,000 that you're earning and eating it, all of it? And if you're spending 7,000 on food, how much are you putting aside for your retirement? How much are you putting aside for your children's education? Or are you eating everything for that family? Where are your children? Where is your significant other? Where are your parents? Where is the community at large? Can we also hear where you have been able to donate 7,000 shillings per day? Or is this, again, an issue of just flossing? Kabuda, you want us to look at you different? Tell us how you want us to see you. But please don't tell us we need to spend 7,000 shillings on food. Remember, you're somebody's hero. Remember, somebody else is looking up to you. And as Shiros, again, remember that we are also Shiros. There are people who are looking up to us, and we need to behave accordingly. I will talk about this in another episode, where I am saying that we as Shiros, we need to take care of our health. We need to take matters into our own hands. Let us, actually, I hope we don't get any diseases, but if we do, please let them not be lifestyle diseases. Let them not be diseases which we can be able to prevent. And so I want to leave that there, just the way it is. And before I go, I want to remind you to please subscribe, please like this video, share widely, and let's meet here next time. Bye.